ABAS Seasonal Bonsai Series, Take 7, Scene 1.
Welcome everyone to ABAS Seasonal Bonsai Series. It is the middle of March and it is time for repotting.
Ah!
Okay, so it is March and it's time for repotting our conifers. Normally this would have been done a little earlier in the year, but circumstances and life sometimes forces you to make adjustments. But things are just starting to grow. Our junipers, you can just see that the tips are just starting to turn a little bit of the really light green, showing that they're starting to grow. So it's okay to repot them now. They'll be just fine. May take a little, some aftercare, but we will start with the our little cutting here. This guy we're not really going to repot. I'm just going to put it into a larger double potted, so just give it a little more room to grow. It's in a pond basket. It's been fertilized. It's been sprayed for insects and fungus. So all set and ready to go for this next growing season. Next tree is our pre-bonsai. And this one, it's been repotted. We did it 3 years ago. So now we're going to repot it again. Just want to take a look at the roots and do a little bit of root work. Normally, it wouldn't have to really do it quite this soon, but it's good when you're starting out to be able to do some root work and get the roots in shape. So that's what we're going to do with this. We're going to probably change the pot. Not that it really needs to be changed, but let me get the pot. Sometimes when you repot, you just do it because you want to see your tree in a different pot. I want to see this tree in a different pot because I don't like that. I don't really like that one. So we're going to transfer it to this one, do some root work on it, and see what's happened in the last 3 years as far as the roots go. I'll let Carmen take over and explain her tree.
Okay, I don't know how long it's been since I repotted it, but I'll look it up when we get back to it. So we're going to repot this and probably put it in a smaller pot, same kind of thing. So I have a variety of pots, so we can talk about what pots work and what doesn't, and decide on what we like. And oh, that's right. And then also repotting, we get to take the fun of moving it around to see if you want to change where the front is. Because sometimes you can be just this hair off and it'll drive you crazy for a couple of years. Now is our chance, and I'm possibly going to change the front to the back, which is always dramatic and fun to do. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay.
And then on our more finished tree, I don't really like the pot that this is in, although, I don't really have something that's perfect, that's going to be a perfect home for it, but we're going to try looking at something like this to put it in, giving it a little more room to grow and a little bit different look. Sometimes you just have to go with what you got. This is what I got, so we're going to try this for a few years and see what it looks like. So with that, we'll get started with our repots. Okay, so here we have our little cutting that is growing like leaps and bounds here. Got lots of new growth on it. We're just going to put it double potted into this terracotta pot. And we have some weeds here that have grown. So we have a weed pulling specialist right here.
Let me add him.
Let me
add it. Oh, I dig down and pull.
You dig down?
Those are so nasty.
I know, these are horrible. I hate these things.
But luckily, they tend to stay on the surface, and so you can kind of. But then you have to dig some more.
Weed pulling specialist.
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
Okay, there's C. You gotta get down and
get the roots.
Get the roots. All right. Anybody else along the okay, out there?
Oop, there's one over here too.
Haha.
This would.
Oh gosh, well, you would never see anything like this in my yard because if you catch them really early. All right, Renee.
Okay, so there's a lot of crud that's kind of growing on the outside of the basket here. I'm just going to kind of clean this off before I put it in that other pot, just to kind of make sure that the things are, air and stuff is moving through the pond basket. Just going to clean it off a little bit.
Have you ever seen water not go through a pond basket?
Nope.
Okay.
But it just makes me feel good to make it clean.
Ah, well.
It's the obsessive thing here. Excuse me.
Bonsai people obsessive?
Can't.
Humor,
It's an occupational hazard, Renee. It's
humor
okay.
me. So we have a larger terracotta pot. I put just some chips in the bottom there to close up the hole. You want to go ahead?
Oh, and so we're using straight lava because
That's all it really needs.
that's all it needs. So we know it'll drain beautifully.
Let me see here where it's probably about right, huh?
I don't know.
Yep.
It's not level.
It's not level.
I'm just going to have to put some around the edge, right?
Put a little bit more on the bottom.
You kind of want it up above a little bit. We're not going to fill it full. Right? Right.
Does that look better?
Better.
Better?
Yeah. I've only done this once. Do we put some more around the edge? Around the
Yeah,
edge? or
and
just
now we
the-
want to fill it up.
You don't have to fill it up all the way.
Three-fourths of the way.
Right? This should be fun. Okay, turn. Because I can't work with that part. I have to go around that. There it goes. Not as bad as I thought. All right, chopstick to move it around. Did you have one? You have a chopstick right there.
I have my big long one over there. I think that one would work better.
Okay.
And what is the point of the double potting?
It just gives the tree more room to grow. The roots, the pond basket will keep the roots in a confined, in an area where when you do repot it, you can take it out and just prune the roots off the outside of the pond basket. This just gives it a little more room. It's grown quite a bit since we started, so we're just going to give it some more room to grow. Just fertilize it, and what we're trying to do is see how fast we can get this thing to bulk up a bit. It has quite a bit on the trunk on the inside here, but they grow very slowly. Shimpakus grow very slowly, so we're not probably in the next, if you had 10 years, you might really be able to see something happen, but it happens very slowly. Okay, let's get some more.
More? I wasn't sure how high you wanted to go.
So this one is done. Quick and easy.
One
Quick
down.
and easy. One down and 3 to go. Okay. Ready to roll. Okay, so we're ready to repot our pre-bonsai. We're just going to go ahead and do this and kind of talk as we go.
I got it.
Cutting the wires on the bottom.
What?
Working against
Okay.
me here.
Yee.
Working against me.
Why are you cutting the tips of the tie-down wires?
Just so they don't interfere with you trying to get the tree out of the pot. Sometimes when the roots grow into the wires and stuff on the screen on the bottom that's covering the holes, and you try and pull it out, if there's little tags overlapping the pot, it will kind of make it a little more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, so let's see. We need to work it around the edges. Yeah, we're going to have to work around the edges. I need to get my tool.
All
From
of
underneath
the base, yeah.
the base.
Oh, ha.
Okay.
It's all kind of fell apart, but this was
Yep.
a whole mat. There was a whole big mat that was on the bottom of that we cut away.
Yeah.
Cut away.
So we because this is it's been in a bonsai pot. We got it out of the nursery container last time we repotted. So we took it down to define the nabari, make sure we had the nabari correct, and then put it in a bonsai pot. So this time around, when we're repotting, the first step is to work the roots on the bottom. And so we had a lot of fine roots on the bottom that we've taken off and cut back. Now we're working our way around the root ball, looking for large roots that we can cut off and cut back. If you'll notice, this tree also, it goes to the right. The direction of the tree is more to the right. So we're going to have to plant this in the pot. We're going to have to move it to the left. So unfortunately, the right side of this tree has no roots. So we're going to have to slowly work this back so we can move the tree over in the pot, get it over to the left side of the pot. So the tree is going to the right. Unfortunately, there's just no roots on this side. So, okay, so we're working our way around, looking for large roots to cut back. We're trying to develop small roots in close to the trunk to get a nice, good, firm root mass inside. So we're working our way around looking for large roots that we can cut off.
We cut that one off.
Yeah, cut that one off. Cut that one back. Maybe you can cut this one back too. So
I felt. That's interesting. Keep on. Go ahead.
I'm just going to cut the whole thing off because it's kind of coming off the top anyway. It's kind of coming off the top of this root. I don't want it coming off the top. So take that off. Let's see, working our way around. Got this one back. Oh, that one's already dead anyway, so we'll just take that off. Let's see. What's this guy doing? Let's see if we can get a better look at where this one is. This one kind of comes up and drops down into there. Probably going to leave that for now. And let's work around this way. Let's take a look at this one. It looks like I'm just going to take.
Weak.
I'm going to go ahead and take that one off. I'm going to work this back. Take this back a little bit because we want to try and move the tree to the left a bit. So we're going to take some of these roots off this way.
That's good.
And this one is dead. Now, what do you guys think? Should we take this off, take part of this off, or at least this part coming up here, take this off?
So it's dead. What if you just cut it first like that, and then maybe work that a little bit to a point, kind of, maybe? But this is alive, isn't it? This one?
I don't think so. I think that whole thing is dead. That whole thing is dead.
Well,
Snap. Snap.
There you go. So we're just going to take, that. Well, it may be a feature.
That is still, I mean, it is something, and is this
without it would have looked better.
is this dead?
Is this dead? I don't think this is dead, no.
Okay.
This is,
Maybe we should leave it until it's repotted, and then you can kind of decide. It can come off anytime
yeah, it can
you want.
come up anytime. Yeah. It can come.
Not hurting
Would it look
anything.
better without it. It could be a feature. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're pretty early in the game here, so those kinds of decisions can wait until a lot later. So we'll just leave it for now. And
Okay.
let's see, we have this, and that's dead, so that comes off. We have all of these things wrapping around here. I'm just going to leave this stuff for now because I want to develop roots in here closer.
That might be dead, but yeah, doesn't matter.
So let's see.
Okay. It is very healthy.
It's healthy.
It's growing nicely.
It grows very healthy. It grows very strong. So let's see here. Let's take this off here. I'm going to trim some of these guys off. Oops. Oops. That looks like a dead root right there. So we're going to take that guy off. Big dead root right there.
Catch. Dead.
What else is under here?
Dead. What is that? The shin? Does it have a shin? It
Well,
does.
yeah, I think this is kind of the old taproot here. We might want to take this back a little bit too. Can. So I'm going to get my big root cutters.
By cutting
I got it.
does that sometimes promote roots to grow out of it?
If
The shin?
sometimes it does, yes.
Which is a
So-
good thing.
So sometimes, well, no. You want the roots to grow out laterally from the trunk. You don't want roots going straight down. You want them going out to the sides.
Okay.
So here you have a straight down. And if you don't want this to get any, you want it fairly flat. So if this will keep growing and thickening out. So you want it to be flush. So you're better off cutting it back now so it's flush with what else you have because it's sticking out.
Let's see what that looks like.
And what's this thing? That's, yeah.
Okay, that one I can get rid of. Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how far down.
It sits a little flatter.
It's just
nice.
flatter. Yeah. See how it fits in the pot. I got to take some off the sides a little bit though. A little more off the sides. I'm going to try and move it over to the left a bit. I gotta have to take some more off the sides there. Just a little bit, not too much. Not too much.
Does it ideally need to be moved to the left even more?
No, actually it just needs to be off center to the left. It doesn't have to be hugely dramatic.
And it's off center from the trunk?
From the trunk, yep. I think.
Sounds good.
Anybody have any other
Well,
any other information to add here?
supposedly the line goes down from
The center.
the center of the apex, which is
Right.
there. So you want to make it, this would be a little bit to the left.
Yeah. Seem like
This is the balance point.
Straight down.
This going straight down is the balance. Well, we'll see when we get it.
Right.
At least we didn't hit the rebar. That's nice.
Yeah, it doesn't go down very far.
Okay. What do you need?
those guys.
Okay.
Let's see, that's dead anyway. Oh well.
But that's,
Well, it would be nice.
the whole thing's not dead because this is alive.
Yeah.
So you still have this.
This is coming out this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I could actually take it back a little bit farther, which I might do. Because this is going up against.
Oh, so, okay. So see, there's a hole right there. Okay. But that was,
That's alive.
that's alive.
This.
Dead, alive.
That one was dead, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's So I'd say once you're past maybe the second or third repot, you should never have to bare root it, like take it back all the way back into there. You really want this circle of soil and stabilize the roots. Those roots don't need to be disturbed, just the top. Right?
The sides, the top.
The sides, yeah. You do
Bottom
not. You don't want to
sides.
bare root. Like sometimes people take a hose to it and just.
No, no, no.
We don't do that at this point.
No. That might be the initial thing that you do, but not.
Yeah.
Is that real bonsai soil or sandy soil?
This is some of the native soil,
Aha.
which is what maybe we need to.
In which case,
In which
the
case?
exception to the rule.
Well, I think when we did it last time, when we did the initial repot, we only took out like a third of the original soil.
Right.
So now we're running into some of the old nursery soil.
And what'll happen
That-
if we leave it?
It will cause root rot because it holds a lot more water, it's a lot wetter. So I think, where should we take out our next little slice? We're going to work out another pie-shaped section
Wedge.
of the root ball so we can replace it with good bonsai soil. If you can see here, it's real sandy, very wet and sandy. So it's not with that, all that soil, pardon?
To the left.
To the left?
Yeah, there.
So let's just take out this right here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do,
Okay.
right in here. Work this part out. Oh my.
And then back here, I don't know. That I think we might be able to.
There's none
That's
there?
bonsai soil here. This is
that
all.
bonsai?
That's bonsai soil.
Okay.
That's bonsai soil.
So we'll just take this out here then.
Bonsai soil. There.
This is all yucky soil in here.
Yeah.
So get better root growth with better soil.
Yes. Yes. We'll get finer roots, which is what you want.
And more roots.
More roots, finer roots.
Now look at the
Get out
back
to the
base.
edge here. See, this is all dead too. I think I'm just going to take that off for now. That's all dead. Yeah, if you leave all of this real heavy wet soil in here, it will eventually cause root rot. And that's a bad thing. Very bad thing. And have you tip it back a bit here. Just want to see what it looks like from the underneath. Dead root. Dead root. tip it that way a little bit more. Yeah, tip it down a little bit more.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, we're getting a lot of this really sandy, heavy soil back in here.
So the next repotting, you may have to do another quarter.
Yeah, well, you know,
Maybe
it looks
depends on
like
how it
I
looks.
bet
it
we
looks
won't.
like this was the worst part. See, out in here
This
you can
is-
see this bonsai soil, and out in here is bonsai soil. So it kind of looks like it was just maybe this was all that was left. Some people do bare root these, but boy, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. See, this is the thing, you know, ordinarily you'd think this would be a real easy repot, take it out,
Yes,
slap it in another pot, and it's all done.
Never.
But never. You get in there and you find things like this that you need to take care of, so then you have a little bit more.
Oops. Got a little spider. Oh, there it goes. Move your finger. Okay.
Here. Okay. And you can see where that old soil was. There's just no roots in there. You know, there's just no roots there. So once you get good bonsai soil in there, that should fill in with fine roots and help stabilize your root mass. It's like during surgery.
I was thinking a root canal.
Root canal? That would be more appropriately named, yeah. Okay, let's set it back up again.
So you also have.
Something in there too.
Well, it was just soil was coming from the other side to here. I don't think it's nearly as bad.
I think we've got it.
Yeah, that goes all the way through, so that's not an issue.
I think we've got it pretty well cleaned out. So I'm just going to leave these roots here. Yeah, as I recall now, when we were repotting it initially in the nursery container, it had a lot. We were talking about replacing all that soil, all that nursery soil. So let's see what we got here.
Wait. Okay. Whoops.
So we're going to move it over. I'm not sure we're going to have it probably right about in the middle, but that's okay.
So maybe you could turn it just a little bit that way.
Yes,
So
I was-
this one's in front. They're not in the exact same
Well,
line.
actually, that was the plan.
Okay.
That was the plan. I think Dodie and I talked about that the last time she was over
Well,
here.
we have to talk about
Yeah.
it every time.
Well, you get a little bit more movement in here too.
And then a tilt to the right, or is it fine the way it is?
Well, you guys tell me.
Because you can always move the foliage around.
What do you think?
I like tilt.
The tilt a little bit to the right.
To the right?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So this is more upright. So this is brings the apex up a little bit.
Apex is up more. It's not, there's no doubt that it's going to the right. It's
Okay.
almost directly in the middle too. So it's looks pretty stable.
Yeah, we can't get it over too much more.
No, no.
So we'll do that next time around. So I think we'll stop there.
All right.
Definitely taken enough off.
So we have to take it out to put our base layer. And then we'll remember. So are we doing just the 2-tie? Or are we doing
A 4-point?
4-point? Probably just
Probably a 4-point, I would say, since
it's
root mass is not that
a
great
little
yet.
iffy. Oh, there I found the. Ah, okay, there is the rebar. It's right at the base.
Actually, look at it.
Like this. Oh, isn't that wild? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually turn it more.
Hold on. Oops, I'm sorry.
Turn it towards, no, the other way.
That way?
Yeah, just look at it.
Really?
Y'all don't like it.
No. If anything, I would move it.
Yeah.
That
I wanted to turn it a bit anyway from what it was before.
So that's interesting. But see, there's no dead wood. Mm-hmm. And you can always make more dead wood. So down the road, that might be
Oh, this is
an
dead
option.
here.
That's dead, but
It's not as obvious.
Yeah, but it's not as
and you have
obvious.
nice roots.
You like? Yeah, I like it like that better too,
So we're gonna pot it like that,
as opposed to
as opposed to like that.
that. It's your tree.
No,
Oh, there, yeah. Hey,
No,
Dodie, foliage can be moved.
we just
So then
think it
you
looks
might
more
move this back a
substantial.
little bit because it's kind of coming right at you, and it's just going to go over here instead of there. And you don't care about that anyway because it's really small and it's insignificant.
The whole trunk looks,
And then you're
Pardon?
the trunk looks wider when it was,
well, it's more.
When it's like this.
no, the other way to me. But you all do what you want.
Well, this thing's coming straight out.
Right, so
That does
that's
not work.
Okay.
That doesn't work.
yeah, but you're right because this is the whitest part right there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we could take the whole, one or the other off,
no,
but I don't think that would work either. Okay, so
Is
we're
there
going to right there.
Do what you have planned.
A big hole to fill
we
in
could,
there.
we could spend an hour discussing where
The
should
fronts,
the front,
where
where
the
should it
front-
go? How about a little bit more tilt? How about a little less tilt? I think you need to work it, down a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have middle.
So now it's still going to the right, correct? Still going to the right.
Tell me when.
You're right in the middle, though. I think you need to go,
More,
like
yeah.
that.
Step back and see if you like it. That's very different than how you had it before.
It is.
Yes,
Do you like that?
I like it.
it's your tree.
That you're all doing?
Oh my gosh. There's three of us.
To me, I like it better, but I don't have a long-term.
No, I like it better like this.
It's more interesting.
Yeah. It kind of brings the two together more.
And it
Because
looks-
before they were
It
kind
doesn't
of.
look they look more separate. They look more together.
Okay. It's more soil.
More soil.
Are you leaning it forward? Is that what you're doing?
It is
I don't-
already leaning forward. We'll take a look
It's
at
awfully, we're going to have to work this back so we can move it back, but
for now.
not now.
Okay.
Not now.
It's still back a little bit. You've got a pinky finger space right there.
Yeah.
Actually bigger. Index finger.
So keep an eye on it and make sure we don't.
Well, I just thought you're tilting it to the right and forward because that dead branch is hanging in the air more. The dead root. That's what I was wondering. That's what I'm asking
Oh, you don't care about the dead root.
myself.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Keep your eye on it then, Dodie.
Keep your eye on it. Don't let us move anything here. Let me work this in a bit.
This makes it.
Completely different tree.
Keep your eye on it, Dodie.
I know. So we'll have to make sure at the end we show a before and then after on this one and probably on
All of them.
the other one. Yeah, but this for the drama of it.
Looks a lot better.
You could be able to now. You could do a two-part tie. Just go right across here and then back there, maybe.
Put it to, you're pulling it down to
And that one.
You're pulling it to the right. Yeah. It's going to be kind of hard to keep it. Is that good or?
take it to the left a little bit, upright a little bit.
Like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think personally, I like that.
that's fine. It's all personal. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
Let everybody know we're using regular conifer mix here.
Third.
Third, a third, a third.
Akadama lava and pumice.
Yep. So is that going to stay up there?
That's the question.
That's the question. Is that going to stay up there?
Well,
Do you need to put a chopstick across it?
we can always
Help?
chopstick it and tilt it up for a while too.
Is that looking okay where it is right now?
Okay. No, all we can do is try.
Yeah, if it shifts a little bit, we can always adjust it a bit.
Or I could stand here and hold it for 6
Yeah.
to 8 months.
Stand out there in my garden. Whoops, I didn't need to get this down a bit. Supposed to do the tie-in before you get this much soil in the pot, so the wires don't show.
So pull and twist.
So how are we?
I think we're good.
Upright and everything aligned okay? Check final alignment. Last chance.
The back one, okay.
So I'm gonna. Final chance.
It is nice you have something to grip onto on both sides.
Yes, thank
So
goodness
it
for
will. Wait. Okay.
that. What is that? Ah, pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Cut this side also.
And for those of you out there who see me cutting wire with my bonsai tool, this is aluminum wire. It's soft. This does not hurt the blades at all. I would never do that with copper wire. Okay, I think we're close to it.
Can you push it back a little bit? Just try.
It needs to be pushed back a little bit.
To the left.
That way?
That way.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right there. And truly, you can put a stick across there because it will shift. It's almost inevitable.
I got a cramp in my finger.
Cramp. So then if I turn it, so we moved it, but you can see it still sweeps back a little bit and then goes forward at the top, which is ideal. So that makes it look balanced.
Next repotting, you'll try to push it back in the pot.
Yes, we're trying to move it back. a
You'll have to
bit.
take some of these roots back there off.
Hopefully. Oh, I have to give it a little. I always, when I'm repotting, I don't know if this is good for the tree, but it makes me feel better. It's a starter fertilizer. It has very low nitrogen, but it has a lot of microorganisms and stuff in it that's good for the tree. Kind of recharges the soil.
Because you don't want to put fertilizer, actual fertilizer on it. Isn't it interesting how much taller it looks? It looks very tall.
It looks much more majestic.
And
Majestic.
majestic. It looks more feminine. Do those two things go together, majestic and feminine?
But to me, it has more presence.
Okay.
Guess
Well,
that's
it
what
looks
I mean.
more like together, like a tree, instead of having two.
Yeah.
And the dead wood is not all that bad because it's
Right.
just a little bit in the back. It's
Back.
there, and you go, oh yeah, there's some dead wood, but it's not in your face, and it's not something that you're going, wow, that's sticking out. That looks terrible. It's kind of there.
Okay.
So no, it's not a round pot, but that would be interesting for finding.
It may go in a round pot
of this
next
tree,
time, yeah.
But
Right.
Okay, take it out and water it. Put it back on the bench. And we'll check it in July and see how much it's grown. You're on, Carmen.
Okay, juniper number 3. This one was repotted in 2021, so it's been 5 years. Water still percolates through it, so I wasn't too worried about it. But we're going to repot it. Yeah, sometimes the after 5 years, these aren't really doing anything. See? Just fine. I think this was on the ground at some point also in my backyard. That's fine. Okay. No, that's not coming out. I think I've lost track of how many times this has been repotted.
How many years have you had that tree?
1982?
82.
And I did not know.
30,
I did not know.
40. Yeah.
Yeah, 43 years. And Dodie's Dennis
Right.
Makashima
Yeah.
tree is catching up to it. So when you don't know what you're doing, you can waste a lot of years, which is what I did. But I had no one to teach me really for the longest time. When did we finally start going to
Kathy Shaner.
Kathy Shaner?
It was probably early 2000s.
Yeah. So 20 years of keeping it alive. That was my saving grace. I kept it alive.
what were you doing wrong or not doing?
Okay, well, I have pictures. You can see this thing was so weak, and evidently, you can almost tell it had spider mites, something fierce. There was all this gray foliage, and then you'd have little bits of green foliage. I didn't know. I didn't care. I fertilized it enough, and I kept it alive. So in all that time, and it's still not very big, and it's still not great. But we're attached now.
Well, that's
You've had it a long time.
I've had it a long time.
it's very important for people to be aware of the pests.
Oh
that
gosh.
because if like spider mites, scale, things like that, you will never get your tree to develop if you don't be on top of insects and pests.
It'll look great for a month or two, and then all of a sudden you look at it and go,
Yeah.
I found my first spider mite 2 days ago. I thought, it's 90 degrees. Maybe I should test it. So I just put my hand underneath it and shook it and looked and
Lo
looked.
and be
Once. I go, great. So, hot weather, spider mites.
And it's getting hot real fast here.
Yeah.
Our last precipitation was a month ago. It got hot and dry, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty brutal summer.
Yeah.
All right. So this looks a lot like Renee's did,
They didn't get to see it.
Dodie's. Which they didn't get to see, so it's got this nice little mat.
How many years has this been?
5.
5 years?
5 years. So you would almost think it would be more matted. There's something about this tree. Well, I can't blame the tree. There's something about me living in Redding where it gets to be 100 and I'll get 114 occasionally in the summer. And Shimpakus do not really like the heat. And I have heat. That's the other thing I did for years and years. I had this in full sun because it's a juniper, right? It's a juniper, it's in full sun. Oh my gosh, poor thing. And then finally I get told, well, they like moisture and they like cooler. I go, well, I put it in the shade and I put a wooden like slats behind the pot so the pot doesn't get hot. But I still, now anymore, it's in a lot more shade. And it's still, I don't know if it's the variety I have, because it doesn't seem to ramify really well, and it just might be its, lot in life to suffer. I'd rather it didn't.
It's a slow grower.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I'm not going to graft any more Shimpakus than I already have until I know that it's just this tree and not the fact of what life is like in Redding. Okay, and it looks beautifully flat. Let's see what we. And I want to go around the top. Actually, I want my little hooky thing.
Your little hooky thing.
3 prongs are better than 1. Okay. So that is alive. That's alive. It's alive, but I don't want it. So I'm gonna cut that off. No, it's dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. It's the way it's growing back and then going out, so
I vote for cutting it off.
yeah. It's not going to help. That's also dead. Interesting. That's alive. We're still going to cut it off. It's too far out.
Oh, cut it back, yeah.
Cut it back. It's kind of funny what we just did with Dodie's tree because I'm thinking along the same lines for where the the front is that I think I want to change the planting angle or direction. So this is how every time you can get your tree on a turntable and turn it around and do stuff and put little things underneath it to tilt it one way or the other and really study it. All right, so this is the front.
Which you've been using.
Originally, way back when with Peter Adams, the front was
Right there.
right there. And I didn't like it because this was funky the way he did this, and then he cut it there. Then he said, make ovals and you can have the shari, but they look very artificial. But over time, I carved away a little bit more like on the inside, so it wasn't just this flat piece of white wood. So it looks a little bit more interesting than it did. And then things grew. So what I'm thinking, I kind of like it like that. You see the dead wood here, and I think I'm probably going to make more dead wood. So this looks like something that kind of burst off, because you see that a lot in pines, junipers, where you have a bunch of dead, and it kind of looks like it wants to be that way. And it's a little congested up here anyway. I'm not doing it yet, but I have my branch. I still have a back branch, and all this grew out. This grew out. This grew out. In about 3 years, those just suddenly appeared. And I thought, oh, I like those. And that makes this also doable.
Show me the original front again.
The original?
Well, no, the one how it was in the pot.
Okay, in the pot. It was like that. Renee likes that.
Well, I like the base.
Right.
From this
Configuration.
angle.
So when
not necessarily the whole tree, but the base looks a lot better.
So the thing is, where I put it, I still have a wide base instead of a little bit farther. And I have a root back there. So there's roots showing back there.
Turned a little bit that way.
Which way? This way?
Just a teeny bit.
That's the original. Well, it all depends, because I can move this out of the way so I can see more of the trunk. And as soon as I see more of the trunk, I get more dead wood happening. So that kind of makes it look better also. 'Cause I can move the foliage wherever I want it. So I have to move that out of the way. So I have 4 different pots, so I don't actually have to choose a front.
They're all round.
And they're all round. So
Might be the one for the show.
so let's try the one I bought this one when I was training this with Peter Adams, and it's too big, but I bought this specifically for this tree. Okay, there's no front. Okay, so that's that. It's too big. It's too.
Well, if it was elevated, would it still feel too big?
If it was like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's still too big,
Too,
and it's too chunky.
it's too masculine.
Okay,
It's more of a feminine tree.
so now let's try that putty one.
The which one?
That one.
What is it? A putty?
Well, I call it putty colored.
Oh, putty color. Okay.
Putty colored, which would be kind of unusual for a juniper. Doesn't quite go with anything.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it. There. Wait, I have to see it from. Okay.
I'm going to turn
Yeah.
it so that
I don't.
Color's not my favorite. but
I don't hate it
The
either.
shape of it looks okay.
the color's kind of funky.
The color is funky, but the shape is good. And I like has a nice patina. Okay. So that's one. Let's try your red one. This one is shallower. What? Okay.
To feet front. Do you want it? Where's your front figure?
Right there.
There.
Okay, so there's that. Yeah. It's okay.
It feels too girly.
Too girly. Too
Two.
feminine.
All
Well,
right.
this is
For a
probably.
conifer, it feels too.
Conifers can be feminine. Okay, and this is our last.
That's pretty big.
That's
And
nice.
it's, oh, it's big too. But then again,
I like the,
yeah,
the flare out.
I like the shape. I like the
Lift it
flare.
up, maybe that'll help.
It's too big. But do I care? I think I'm going to put
It's
it.
growing.
I'm
That
going to
one?
put it in this pot because it's growing. And this is basically, it's better than the pot it was in, and it's better than the chunky one. I don't want to take another one of Renee's pots because she's very generous with her pots. Good.
I like that one better than this one.
Well, there we go. I do too.
Now, would you put the whole of the foot in the middle, or you put them on the side?
So you have these little points. So normally you would put, I think that's the only, there's a hole there, there's a hole over there. You want to put either the point towards the front, because you can see there's a point there, or this part, the curve in. But I would think it's easier just to do the point.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it looks better than what it was.
Oh yeah, looks much better than what it was in. Absolutely.
No, not the pot, the where it's placed also.
Both.
Both. I'm still iffy between if I like that because this has a nice width to it and I want to be able to see. See, I kind of want to see those down the road. So, since it's my tree,
You could,
I'm going to do it about like that. And after I move the foliage around for, play with it for a year and we'll see what it looks like. And it's in a round pot so I can always move it.
you can, yeah.
There's your treat for the show.
Okay, where's the front? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be an educational tree in our spring show for finding the front.
Finding the front.
Okay. All right. This is our new front. And I can see all of this deadwood, and it has this interesting, kind of goes that way a little bit, curves back, and then up here we have another curve. I can change the foliage kind of like this. If this comes this way, I can see some more of that. I was actually going to make a little bit more shari coming up from here to there, but I'm not going to do it now. But I was thinking if it kept going a little bit, this would be the natural place for it to head up there. So it doesn't just, this is all very plain. But I can change that also. But I like the way that looks, and something more on this is going to come off eventually, and the top, I'm not sure where the apex is going to be, but I can move anything I want to. The main thing is I have this width from here to here, so the base is wide. You can see not a lot of taper, but there's some taper coming up off of that. And to me, it's more interesting. So I'm going to go with the swell, but I can always go back to the other side. It's still there, right?
It's a round pot.
It's
Yes,
a round
still
pot.
there.
It's still there. Okay.
Okay, so now we're ready to repot our more refined tree. Going to try it in a different pot. This pot is not so bad, but you kind of get tired of looking at a tree in the same pot for 3 years in a row. You want something different. So we're going to use a little bit larger pot. It's not the best. This is not the best pot for this tree. However, it is a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper. We'll give it a different look. But first I'm going to take it out of this one and set it in there and see if I really do want to put it in that pot. So let's get it out of here. I obviously cut the tie-down wires. see what our roots look like. Are we going to have to, yeah, we'll have to work it around the edge.
How long has it been? 3 years?
3 years. Yeah, we potted this when we first started.
That's right. Come a long way.
Oops.
Ooh, you're going to need me to hold that, aren't you? Probably.
Probably going to need you to hold it, yeah, because it's
Look how flat that thing is.
okay.
It still has a nice mat. Mm-hmm. So what do you want?
I needed to go this way.
Hold on.
You come over, yeah. I need to
Switch sides.
work the bottom. So because, yeah, we're gonna work, because this has already been, you know, taken out of a nursery pot, start with the bottom.
Okay.
Notice this tree has been repotted many times. Notice how fine the roots are, how fine the root mass is. This is what you're working for. This is what all of this repotting and pruning roots and everything like that is all about. And until you get a really fine root mass, it's hard to get really fine refinement in the top. The two go kind of hand in hand. Having refinement in the roots and refinement in the top. You don't get one without the other. Alrighty, stand them up. Now we're going to clean off the top. I know what I'm missing. I know which tool I'm missing. This is the tool I like.
Yeah, that is nice.
I like to work with the top of this, yeah. But you can see how tight this root mass is. You know, nothing's falling out, you know,
You can barely bend it.
yeah, it's just nice and tight. A lot of fine roots, very fine roots. That's the goal.
So is this a problem to keep it watered? Does it dry out fast?
No,
No.
not really. It doesn't seem to. I have it under 30% shade cloth in the summertime. But my yard, see, you know, each yard is its own little microclimate. My bonsai area gets shade probably around between 2:30 and 3 in the afternoon. So it never really gets the really hot afternoon sun, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And the wind doesn't come through there, does it?
Well, yeah, it does.
The wind comes
The
through.
wind does come through there, yes it does.
That's one of my battles, is the wind. Whoa, I got it.
Whoops.
You'll get there eventually.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to clean all that. The top of the soil gets pretty beaten up and it gets very hard, fine and hard, and it can actually form a barrier that does not let the water through. So that's one of the things you need when you're repotting, is make sure you clean the top of the soil off. Break that up so the water penetrates well. This one isn't so bad, but it can get pretty bad. Also gives you a chance to clean off all of the crud and there's weeds, moss. Whenever you find roots that are kind of cutting across and going in weird directions, if you can cut those off, be sure and take those off. You want the roots to go laterally out from the trunk of the tree. You don't want them going down. You want them all kind of coming out.
And then the angle.
And yes. And when you're doing your repot, you want to work the top of the soil so it slopes down,
And why is that?
because it forms roots up in here. And if you keep letting them grow, see how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
grows? It'll go up and you'll get just weird shaped roots. Like that. You don't want that.
Perfect example.
Perfect
Good timing.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
So I'm just kind of, because it's got this nice root mass developed already, you really don't want to go inside here and, mess this up at all. We're just going to go around the outside, under the bottom, around the outside, and that's going to be it. Because we have what we want. You just have to take off some of the roots, give it a little more room to grow. And we have a lot of nice fine roots like this. You can take a little bit more off the outside. You can get it in that nice small show pot.
So the first time I saw this, it looked really scary. Like, what? Can you really do this? But you can and you should. And once you start doing this, you get the tree to this point. It makes repotting less fraught. So much easier.
So much easier. Let's work around here.
And then wiring them back into the pot is a dream, too.
Yeah.
That's the most amazing part. I have roots. I can tie things down.
sometimes,
for the balance.
Right.
sometimes, you know, they can be a feature
Right.
rather than a flaw. Now this one I might take off.
Now that's weird.
That one I will take off. Where did I put mine? Oh, there it is. That one I will take off.
I still think this little guy,
That
right?
guy could come off, yeah.
He's kind of pointing up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of just a little dead piece sticking up there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One more time.
So one last time around with all the little bits that are sticking out. Now that pot's going to look really big.
Now that pot's it's gonna be too big.
Yeah. So what's the bottom look like still again? So you haven't,
Haven't really touched it.
I just cleaned it off and I did clip it a bit.
yeah, that's, it's not even there. Looks good.
See, that's what you want. That's what you want your roots to look like. Nice, tight root mass. Okay, I think that's going to be too big. I just have a feeling.
Yeah. I think it's going to be okay. Just because of the way it tapers at the bottom. Let's see. Let's see.
You think it looks okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put it in a new pot. I don't want to put it back in the same old pot.
It's more stable in that pot, and it still tapers in. It looks good.
Well, I like
Renee.
it because it's cut back in, so it doesn't
Right.
look big.
It doesn't have the thickness and the, it's not
Yeah.
beefy. It's still, it goes with the tree.
It's Asian.
All right, so, oops. So let me hold it. So are you sure? So where is the front, Renee? Exactly.
Exactly where is the front?
Do you want to,
Where do you want your feet? That's what you have to figure
Well,
out
I got the
first,
feet
right?
there, like that.
because this is your only chance for a couple of years to change.
Yes. You got, when you get it wrong, you gotta
Yeah.
live with it for a long time. So, opinions. Front. Front. Front.
So would you
Does
consider
it need to go to the right a little?
the whole thing or the
The
tilt?
whole thing? I'm just
Twist it?
asking, I don't
To the right, that way?
know. To the garage door, just slightly.
You mean?
It needs to be centered, correct?
Oh,
In a
you mean?
round pot?
Oh, you mean in
In
the
a
pot.
round pot? Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be centered in a round pot. It does need to be centered.
Now, is that turned to the front, with the front showing?
I have to stand.
Go ahead. I'm holding it. I can move it wherever you want me to try it.
More this
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise. Just a little bit counterclockwise.
A little bit more.
Does it need to be turned more? Is this branch supposed to be coming out at 5 o'clock or a little more toward 4?
It's just supposed to be going out and towards you a little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
So it's, this one could maybe be a little bit farther. That's almost straight out to the side. Although it is up here, it's going out forward. So that's not bad. Do you want me to try a little bit farther? Back branch is good. If I go too far? Now it's coming kind of out towards you a little bit and then diving back. The top is still going strongly forward. And then there's always
Back
tilt.
counterclockwise a little bit. I mean clockwise, excuse me. Clockwise a little bit.
I got that thing's top heavy. Okay.
Well, the pot's turned.
Okay, so
It's a little bit too much.
so back towards that way.
Yeah. Probably like right in there, I think. Like right in there. Yep. It's almost like this root here is the front.
Ah, this one.
That root is the front.
Okay, and then this one's off to the side a little bit. All right.
Okay.
And from the side, it looks great. All right, I am going to move it straight back, like that. And you can put soil in.
Soil. Notice how much I had to put in the bottom.
I think you're. And then work it down a little bit. Is that good? Or a little bit more soil?
I think that's probably about good.
Okay. I'll hold it.
I
What?
need to get more under there and work it down a little bit more.
Okay.
In the center,
Your
Not
top's
quite.
turned slightly.
it turned again. I know.
Very slightly.
Yep. Front to back.
I think you're good.
Good.
Move your hand this way. Good.
Pardon?
Did it turn
Turn
again?
it again.
You're off that way, Dodie, too.
Yeah,
You're not. I think you're good.
Okay. Don't move.
I got it.
Soil. Remember to tie it in
Oh, yes.
before we finish it off.
Would you tilt it forward at all?
Tilt it forward.
Push.
Well, if you look at it from, I'm going to turn it ever so it's just. So that's from the side. Is that going forward? Is that going to that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's leaning that way. And it's still going over the top of the root base.
Okay.
Tie.
Tie. Tie. Tie. Pull, twist. Pull, twist. And you want to put it down kind of at the low, below the soil line, just catching the edge of the root ball.
I think people forget the importance of the pulling it.
Pulling, yeah, getting the slack out of it.
Straight back at you, too.
Yes.
It has to be straight. If you twist it, it goes all over the place.
You want to put the point of your pliers kind of where the wires come together like that. So that
Pull,
there's
yeah.
equal on each side. And then you pull and twist. And then you get a nice even twist. Okay, so our trees are now in happy new homes. They've been repotted. We've adjusted fronts on some of them, and they're just going to go back on the bench. Aftercare, because the weather's getting so hot now, I usually keep mine under 30% shade cloth. Of course, it depends on your yard and your exposures. My yard gets full shade in my bonsai area around 2:30 to 3, so it doesn't get the really hot afternoon sun. If it did, I may have to do something, a little bit more protective for them. But I guess that's it. Carmen's adjusted the front on hers. We adjusted the front on this one. We rotated it kind of clockwise. Brought these two, so these two apices are kind of more together. It looks like they're more, in tune with each other rather than going in, wildly opposite directions. So that's that guy.
And this one's in a pot that I think looks very nice with it. They go together,
Yep.
which is what you want. And
It's so much fun to get your tree in a new
in
pot.
a new pot.
Yes.
You know,